Hey boys, welcome back to another Rugby League Live 4 gameplay analysis here, and thankfully, press start. They actually released, pretty much straight after their initial gameplay, they released an AI versus AI legend match, which, people were asking for, and I definitely wanted to see it, so I'm making this video like the day after, but it's Rabbitohs v Broncos game. And shout outs to them for releasing this. It's a lot better than the previous one we got. So we get to see the AI in action. Also keep in mind quickly, probably looking at it, my video, the graphics and stuff aren't going to look as good, right? Because the way I'm recording it, it's going to be like, it's not going to look as good. So if you look at this and you're like, graphics don't look that good, look at the original video, and I'll link that. I'll link their website in the comments or description. Just watch the original video to get the full graphics, and also when you play it for yourself, it's going to be a lot clearer in terms of the graphics and stuff. So that's the one thing to point out. But we got here some AI gameplay, and you're going to see how they play, which is definitely the biggest thing in my opinion that they needed to fix. And straight away from the start here, they're already playing more adventurous than Rugby League Live 3. Third tackle spreading it a bit wide, not crazy stuff there. As a nice little inside pass to Inglis, he gets the offload away. One little thing I'll say, the offloading. I'll just go back here for a second as we look at this. Fairly nice bit of play here. Back to Inglis, does the big step. The step, I'll say that straight away. The step looks a hell of a lot better than the previous game. It looks quicker. It's not this big animation. It just looks better. The one thing I don't like though is the offload at the moment. Now you'll see a couple of offloads in this gameplay. It just seems a bit floaty to me. People probably think I'm just ass kissing the Rugby League Live games, because I pretty much only, I compliment the games a lot because I think they're very good, but I'll definitely point out the flaws I see. And the offloading, the few offloads I've seen, they all look the exact same, and they're all sort of floated up. And I haven't seen an offload that gets called forward, so I'm interested to see how the offloads actually work. We get to see another little. It's hard to tell if these are actually set plays. If we go back here, we'll have another look. It's hard to tell if it's actually set play or just the lines running as Burgess getting through the line. So I mean, straight away you can sort of see that the forwards have more of an impact, or the AI just uses the defend a fair bit more, and the forwards with higher strength are gonna bust a few more tackles. Those one-on-one tackles, you'll notice as well, one-on-one tackles against forwards, more often than not, they sort of get through that one-on-one. If it's a two-on-one tackle, the tackle generally gets made, which is good. But we look at this play again. You can see a couple of decoy runs. They get it out to the winger, and he gets down the sideline. Obviously, pretty poor read there from I guess that's Corey Oates on the wing there. He sort of came in off his wing for no reason, but I do like that as the long cut pass there. It's sort of, I'll be honest, this is an issue that's sort of plagued rugby league games for a long time. They are apparently going to score here. We'll go up to the video ref, but just attacking really close to the line has always been an issue. As right here, so when I was watching this gameplay originally, I'm like, he dropped that, didn't he? I for some reason I thought that they were going to award the try. I thought that sort of the game had sort of glitched out here, that he dropped it, but he did. You'll see it on a better angle here, and it's cool that they actually turn the camera, because a lot of time in Rugby League Live 3 as well, also the bunker up here, people were commenting about that, but in Rugby League Live 3, a lot of times the video ref decisions, you couldn't actually get an angle on it. It would just show the one angle. You couldn't actually see what happened, and you just have to guess if he scored or not. But this time you can turn the camera, and he does let go of the ball, which is cool. It's good. I do like the fact, it happened in Rugby League Live 3 as well, that the attacking player did drop the ball over the line a few times. It happened, not all the time, but it could happen, which is which is definitely a plus. As once again, off the tap, just a couple of passes wide to the forward, taking the hit up, not like the halfback taking the hit up, which is nice. Also, I don't think I mentioned this in the last gameplay video, but you see Corbin Sims here. This is another one. When I was watching this, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What is Corbin Sims doing up in this top left-hand corner? But he is running off the field. He's obviously been subbed off, and you will see, well, we should see the other player run on the field if we get him in view here. Also, Adam Blair, after playing the ball, he goes off. Obviously, we get another penalty. It seems like, so a couple of penalties already in this gameplay, and they were very, very quick. We'll see. Like, it's too hard to tell, like, if the penalties are too sensitive or what, because, you know, it's AI gameplay. You can't really tell what's going on. And obviously there is the button to go for the quick play the ball. So obviously, you know, on occasions it's going to be a penalty. We'll have to wait and see if that's actually overpowered or, you know, a bit too excessive. But at the moment, you know, couple of penalties. I mean, the other thing is, like, the game, obviously it's a short game, so it's 20 minutes in, 2 penalties. You know, the penalty, there's not many penalties for the actual game time, I guess you would say, is the Broncos here. The other thing I haven't mentioned at all is the camera angle. Like, this is obviously, I'm pretty sure this is a completely different camera angle. Like, I don't think this is, maybe I'm wrong. I don't really change the camera angle too much in previous games. I always play with the standard default sort of behind the play camera angle. I think that's the best one. I don't mind this camera angle. It's sort of dynamic. A few people related it to, like, the spider cam and didn't like it. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it. Like, it just sort of the angle of it. I don't think I'll really play with this. I just sort of like the behind the camera angle, but it's not horrible. I don't mind it. It's fairly dynamic and actually not too bad as Bunkers here with SESC. So right there, again, like, this is a good little example here. You'll see, well, we see Milford here taking a hit up and he just gets swamped, which is another good example. Your little fellas in the middle of the field, if they're going to take a hit up, they're going to get pushed back, which is good. But you'll see off the left here, Herman SASC here, he shrugs off one tackler, but then the second tackler picks him up. So that first contact, a lot of times, is a broken tackle, which makes sense. Like, if there's 2-on-1, tackle gets completed. If it's 1-on-1 with the big fellas, it looks like right here, Josh Maguire. Again, that offload, I talked about it before. It is a little loopy. And it just seems like it's always the same. Like, I haven't seen, like, a forward pass one, but yeah, we haven't seen enough offloads to really give a good opinion on that yet. But this is a good example of what I was just talking about here. Maguire 1-on-1 brushes him off, gets the ball to Ben Hunt, who gets tackled right there. But it does seem like, just from the early gameplay, like the last gameplay, we couldn't really get any idea. Like, it was beginner difficulty. The gameplay wasn't good, but this gameplay already, we can tell that forwards seem to have more of an impact, and people always complain about that. And it's a tricky one, because you can't have forwards being too overpowered where they just run through the entire team, right? But it's a fine line between having them useless or having them overpowered. So I think, you know, early impressions, I'm pretty happy with it. As right here, the punt goes in. The kicking is a lot different. There's no, like, marker to show where the ball is being kicked, which I think is a good change, because in my opinion, Rugby League Live 3's kicking was way too easy. Like, if you had the wind with you, I could kick 40-20s at will with the wind. So, and because you could see where the ball's going to go, like, it was just so easy to just be like, okay, it's going to go there, the wind will take it, 40-20. But with the marker not there, it's going to be a lot more risky to actually go for a 40-20, like kicking it out on the full, or just, you know, completely missing your target is going to be more of an impact, which is good. As once again, we see the step, like the step, I got to say, like, this bit of movement right here, I think it's Aaron Gray. Who is it actually? I think it's Gray. Is it? Yeah, Aaron Gray here off the right a little bit, and then the big left foot step, like, they were, like, fairly different. I don't know if one of them sort of like like it doesn't, in the controls it doesn't have like a shimmy move, but you see the right footstep, it's not a very big step, but off the left here, he really goes quite a distance. So it seems like the steps have a bit of variance to them, which is good. Interested to see more of that. But we are approaching halftime. The big hit comes. Oh man, that looks good. I do like the big hits and I do like the drop balls. And the other great thing about it, you'll see here, it's going to be a little fella taking the hit up, I think. Who is it actually? Yeah, it's Damien Cook that absolutely gets nailed right there. So a little guy, you know, Damien Cook's obviously strong, and, you know, whether or not he gets put down like that in real life, that's not the point. The point is a littler guy, other than like a big forward, just taking a hit up like that, he gets knocked over, which is awesome. You know, it means you can't just like cheese the way to victory with like just backs running it all the time. Like, they're gonna get put down. And the knock on, Milford picks it up and goes through the gap here. Obviously, Inglis takes him in the tackle, but I mean, just watching this gameplay, it's got me so excited. Like, I know people are criticizing the game and all that. Is Kahu, couple of steps, he's gonna get taken in a try saver by Inglis. Really, really good stuff. And I actually like this little part too. Like, we'll see. We'll watch it again because it's a pretty nice play. I can't believe he didn't score. Greg Inglis, actually, was it Inglis? I think it's Inglis at marker there. And yeah, he comes from there. Like, that's good stuff actually, because that shows that the AI is actually trying to make the tackles. Like, a lot of times, if the fullback was in the play like that in Rugby League Live 3, they'd probably just not even get in frame for the previous game. But this time, the fullback actually goes across to his position. Kahu gets through. And the thing I was talking about right here, he makes a tackle, but it doesn't actually finish the animation because it's half time. They're just like, okay, that's half. In previous games, the animation would continue and, you know, it would take a while and then it would be half time. But in this, it seems like when the tackle starts, if there's no chance of an offload, they just call time, which, you know, it's a little thing, but I actually quite like as we see the guys walking off. Obviously, the player likenesses are excellent. And once again, I will reaffirm that, you know, the quality is not going to be as good in the video I'm uploading. Just like I said, the way I'm recording it, the quality is not as good. So check out like the main footage for the clean 1080p quality. So just keep that in mind, because I know people probably see this video and be like, doesn't look very good. It does. I think the graphics 100% look better than last game. And, you know, from watching this gameplay, like, actually, I'll pause it here for a second. The odd one out, he actually has uploaded like quite a few games. He was uploading like sort of like prediction videos. He did a few like for Origin and just like NRL games where he would, you know, get AI to verse AI and see the results. I'll link one of those videos of the AI versing each other, and you can watch those videos and then compare the two, because it's a stark difference. Like, people are saying the game is no different than the last game are actually out of their mind. Honestly, they're out of their mind. The AI actually plays fairly lifelike. Like, I'm watching this and I'm like, they're playing pretty like clever, you know. It'll be interesting to see, you know, a play. I would love to see the guy that obviously uploaded the first video. I would like to see him versus Legend difficulty AI, being how bad he is. I just want to see how much the AI pump him, because you would imagine, like, they play pretty well. Corbin Sims here getting through. A little offload again. That one actually, let's go back and look at that one. Was that an offload from Ben Hunt that actually went forward, or was it just a knock on? We'll have a look here. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think he was trying to get the pass away, and he got tackled as he passed, and it went forward, which is, you know, it's one of those things. Unfortunate for the Broncos, but I'm just sort of like getting back into commentary mood here. But yeah, from the first impressions, you know, I could see the potential in that first gameplay, even though it was very hard to see as Inglis here goes straight through. more nice stepping action there. But yeah, this video just sort of typifies the improvements in AI especially. But like I said, I touched on it before. I think I sort of got sidetracked and didn't really talk about it. But the attack from like really close to the try line, it just like, I would just love the players to stand, like they're pretty deep. Like you probably wouldn't want them that much deeper, but it's always been an issue with rugby league games that the attacking from really close to the try line is just, it's just really hard to do. Like the defense can just rush up too quickly as kick goes up. We see a little contested catch there. Jordan Kahu, nice footwork, gets around a couple. Just looks, you know, the game just looks so much smoother. It looks a lot better. The passing, it's hard, like honestly the passing is strange to me, because sometimes I will agree that yeah, it looks a little floaty, it looks a little slow, but then other times the passing looks pretty quick. It's right there. Again, another big thing here, so obviously the big hit came, but I think the reason why he dropped this was that he was trying to pass it. He's, look here, it's Josh Maguire, nice little inside ball, but I think he tries to pass that ball. Like it looks like he's trying to pass it, and obviously in the motion of passing, if you're gonna get hit as you're passing, you're gonna drop it, which is exactly how it should be. And it looks like that's what happened right there, as the Rabbitohs get another chance. They just can't score. Again, another big hit this time. Adam Blair coming in. Who was the ball carrier this time? I just want to see if it was another little fella. Jason Clark. Not a little fella, but another big hit. I know a few people have mentioned that maybe the big hits are a little overpowered. A few too many ball spills, but again, not, you know, just not enough evidence to really say either or at the moment. Whether you can't see what's overpowered and not, just from a couple of gameplays. It does look like the big hits do cause the ball to spill quite a bit, but I'll be honest, I think that's a good thing, because the big hits are pretty detrimental, because they drain your stamina a lot, and I'm sure there's a pretty good chance that you don't, you know, connect with a big hit. So if you do level someone, you know, I think the chance for a ball spill should be pretty high. As Jordan Kahu steps to the outside, Greg Inglis comes across, throws him into touch. Nice bit of play right there. We see the step in motion. I actually really like that. He got to the outside just so quickly. It looked pretty good. We'll actually go back and look at that. It looks slick. It just looks a lot smoother, a lot quicker. Ben Hunt onto Kahu. He just shimmies to the outside, which it looks good. He just stands up his outside man, but the big man Inglis gets across, throws him into touch. You know, you play with fire if you go down the sideline like that, and it was looking good for them, the Bronx, but just can't get a try. we just can't get a try. The video's going on a fair while. Obviously, the actual video here is like 10 minutes long, and I've been pausing and stuff. Another thing there, the lock actually picks it up off the scrum, which is good. I don't know. I'm assuming there's like a button you press for him to do it, or your halfback does it, which, you know, is good. It's a good little addition. As Inglis, again, he's terrorizing the Broncos here, but he does pick up a meniscus tear, and it's cool that it comes up with what it is. And it actually, like, if you look at the tackle, like this tackle animation looks a bit dangerous, honestly. Corbin Sims, I've seen this tackle animation a few times now. Look at it again. I mean, it's sort of, you know, it makes sense. Like Corbin Sims came, took out his legs, and, you know, he hurt his meniscus, which makes sense. Like, look at the tackle. He just comes in there, takes the legs out. You know, it might just be random luck that that's the injury that he had, but hopefully the way injuries work is that they actually reflect what happened. Like, hopefully, like, if a big hit actually happens, then there's a chance of like a concussion happening. If, you know, a tackle like that happens, you know, small chance of, or if there is an injury, it'll be like the legs, and, you know, just stuff like that, little stuff like that that actually makes sense. As Cole Turner is put down again, and quick little scoot out of dummy half there from Farah. That was actually really nice. We'll look at that again. Jeez, I'm actually, you know, I'm excited about the gameplay. It was sort of had the markers split there, which is I really like that. Like Adam Blair, Adam Blair goes off to the left there, and who's the other guy? Maguire, I think. He's sort of just in no man's land. Just Farrow just splits him up the middle, which is good. It's a very good thing, and hopefully dummy half running is, you know, a key factor. You know, your good dummy halves. So right, like that's the passing. This is a really good example of the passing seem inconsistent. So Adam Reynolds gets in dummy half here. He should have a really good passing stat, but the pass he throws is like really floaty, really loopy, but then the next pass is like fairly flat and fast, which, yeah, the passing just seems a little inconsistent. You know, I'm not sure how difficult tuning stuff like passing would be. Like, my impressions would be like making passing a little bit more flat and hard wouldn't be that difficult, but I have no idea. So if it's something that they can tweak, then that would be good, because you know, it just seems a little inconsistent. Like I want the playmakers to have hard flat passes. Your forwards, yeah, have loopy slow passes. That's how it should be. As we are going to Golden Point here, Broncos kicking off. Hopefully we can get the W. I do already know the result, but you know, we got to play it up for entertainment's sake, right? As a good pass there, Damien Cook through the gap, and that's what I'm talking about. Just the AI being good, but the offload, you know, especially this offload. If you look at this one, it probably should have been intercepted. Like, it wasn't a good offload, but it just landed in the arms of John Sutton. So the offloading looks a little funky as well, but everything else I'm seeing is looking good. Like, keep in mind again, this is AI gameplay. Like, AI. If you look at last game, like I said, go and watch a couple of videos right there. A little lucky right there. Burgess, I don't know how he didn't drop it, but look at last game, like AI versus AI gameplay, and it's just there's just such a difference. As once again, the big hit, someone else has to finish off the tackle, and last play they're not going to go for the field goal. Just try and field position a little risky, and David Mead actually gets through the gap. I don't know who's playing fullback here for the Rabbitohs. He's trying to hurt him across field. That was a, you know, you got to, people might look at that and be like, the AI is garbage again, but yeah, it's AI. You've got to expect some silly things from the AI, and that right there, he probably should have cut across quicker and made the tackle right there, but I don't know who was playing fullback. Obviously Inglis got injured, but he does round him up and put him down. But yeah, it's definitely not as bad as Rugby League Live 3, and that looks like it's definitely been improved, you know. And Ben Hunt here is going to snap the early field goal and seal the game. Pretty clever play, kicking it early, kicking it after they made the line break. You know, Ben Hunt, Mr. Clutch himself, is not going to make a mistake in Golden Point, that's for sure. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's definitely a much better illustration of Rugby League Live 4 in my opinion. So yeah, pretty long video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.